So before we get into anything, I want to talk about, this is really simplified actually, it looks crazy, but for the next part you're going to have to know this. So your heart is consisted of 4 different parts, and if you would think about it normally, for you guys this would be left and this would be right, right? But you label your heart as you are doing it yourself. So this is your right atrium and your right ventricle, your left atrium and your left ventricle, and then there's 4 major valves that'll help with the flow of blood: tricuspid, pulmonary, aortic, and mitral. Pulmonary. Does anybody except Maya know what pulmonary means? Where this valve blood may be going. Okay, so this would go out to your lungs. So this is really important because that's where your stuff will go. And then these 2 parts is where blood from everywhere else in your body is coming from. Has anybody heard of an ECG or had an ECG done on them? EKG is the same thing. This is how you read it. So there's a P wave, which is atrial depolarization. So that's when your heart is filling with blood, and then there's a little plateau, which makes sure that your heart does not tighten up. So have you ever had a muscle spasm where your leg just starts cramping and you can't let it go? So this little part right here makes sure that your heart does not stop, and so that your heart just stops pumping blood. This is called ventricle depolarization, because this is where your heart pumps out most of your blood. And then here's another plateau where make sure that your heart doesn't tense up again, and then back to normal pumping all the blood out, and then hitting it. Fun facts about the heart. If you were to lay out all of the arteries, capillaries, and veins in one adult end to end, they would stretch about 60,000 miles. What's more, the capillaries, which are the smallest of the blood vessels, make up about 80% of this length. So think about taking all of the blood vessels in your body and stretching them 60,000 miles. And another thing is, has anyone ever heard the misconception that your blood is blue? Well, it's actually not. Your blood is multiple colors, but it's never blue. The oxygen-rich blood that flows through your arteries and capillaries is bright red, but after it gives it to all of the organs in your body, your tissues, it becomes dark red. The way that your blood becomes and looks blue is because of the light that refracts through your skin, not because of the actual color. Does anybody here know their blood type? Okay. Does anybody want to? I can't determine for you right now. But there's 4 types of blood, and it's actually determined off of the antigens in your body, not the antibodies. So the antigens in your blood is what makes sure that you are getting the right blood, and then antibodies is anytime that you have the wrong type of blood, these will attack the blood that's wrong. So then that's where you lead to issues, if you have that. What's your blood type? So Maya has no antigens in her blood, but she has both anti-A and anti-B antibodies. So if she got any of these types, that would not be good for her. But she can give it to anybody because she doesn't have any antigens. So she can give blood to all of these types. That's it. Ta-da!
All right. Are there questions? Anyone have questions right now?